up, everybody? It is Mary
and Amma,
and we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. I know we have been gone for a really long time, but we do have one thing to say. The devil is busy. I have been in 2 accidents, 2 car accidents. I have sprained my foot, and then I have re-sprained it 2 days ago. So I don't know what's going on, but Satan is trying to take me down. So y'all got to pray for me. My whole foot is like swollen, y'all. But we're like, we can't go another week without giving y'all something to work with. So we are here. So we pray y'all forgive us and you pray for us. And y'all know we're still moving. So until July 9th, we're going to be busy as hell. So bear with us. But today we are going to talk about the courtship. As we both know, it has come to a conclusion.
Right.
But Nicole,
and this is the follow-up.
Yes, but Nicole actually posted a video. So what we're going to do is we want you guys to watch that first, and then we're going to let y'all come back to this video.
I'm going to let you guys into what happened after the show. The courtship wrapped up. If you saw the last episode, you saw that Danny B, Mr. Bokikio, told me that he loved me, and later on he proposed to me. So once filming wrapped, you know, with the excitement of a new proposal and everything, we went incognito to London and spent time together. I visited him and his family in New York, and we did a bit of back and forth of him visiting me. Within a week of the end of show, Danny B, he took back, you know, the proposal. And I won't get into a whole lot of detail about it, but in my heart, I knew that I would rather be with him in some capacity and try to make things work than to not take a chance on it. And I really felt like, you know, we had developed such a strong connection on the show. There's no denying it. And the feelings that I had were always real. And my feelings didn't change after the show ended. But for him, they must have. So we were no longer engaged. And then fast forward about a month after we had visited each other's families and stuff like that, he ended up breaking up with me. This was incredibly difficult. And it's still even tough to talk about it right now, months later. Thanks to all the suitors. Each one of you guys really did teach me something about myself. And I'm just grateful that I was able to share it with all of you guys, because now we have something so special that we can all share together. So I really appreciate that. And to Danny, obviously I wish things would have worked out differently, but I am grateful that you have been a part of my life. So thank you. Thank you again for everybody that's been a part of this with me, that has given me strength and support, and have said such kind things. You guys really are so sweet. So thank you for that.
All right,
let's just recap the end, right? Mr. Bokikio proposed.
He proposed, you know, and everything, stuff
and
like that.
And what did we think about that?
I thought it was suspect, but you know, I always said if he does end up with her, there's no way in hell that he's not going to make her suffer. And guess what?
Said he was going to make her pay.
Everything that he had been through, quote unquote. Because,
and for being with Mrs. Chapman.
Yes, and then it's just like
you said it.
Because the thing is, he's not a nice person. Like, we always said he was an asshole. I never thought he was the right one for her.
I didn't think he
never
liked
was
the
checking
parents.
for her. He didn't like the parents for whatever odd reason.
The way his nose was always like... As he's talking to them as though he was smelling something bad, like...
Yeah, he stayed being disrespectful to them. And when a man and when a man disrespects your family, you're not far behind. You're really not far behind. So I always thought it was a red flag. You know, I didn't know Jacko about Mr. Judge. I know somebody wrote a whole paragraph about who he was and how he was adopted. I was like, I guess people were listening, because I hear none of that. I hear none of that.
I know he left his family when he was 13, but
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I heard that. I think he left his family when he was 13.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's his adoptive family or foster family.
Yeah, but still, I didn't, you know, the last conversations I saw, you know.
He seemed to take a lot of what's the word? Privileges with her.
Liberties.
That's what it is. And grabbing her, putting her on the wall.
And then having me on the ground and all that stuff. I'm sorry, but the last day's supposed to be romantic.
Coming on top of me.
Yeah.
It was all odd. It was as if he was trying to live out some fantasy.
And my thing is, like, if this is the date you want me to remember to possibly choose you as my husband, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen.
No.
I'm in the bush. I'm not trying to be in the bush with you. You can go be in the bush with your boys on Sundays, but I ain't finna be in the bush with you. I ain't going to do no camping either. I ain't trying to get eaten by no coyote. What I look like. So, I just felt like, you know, we didn't really know none of these men. Nicole gave none of us anything to work with. Like, the prospects were like the crap that was underneath the barrel of the trash can. Like, that's who we had to work with. And that's who she had to work with. So she just ended up choosing who she was most comfortable with. But, you know, guess how Mr. Bokihio decided to handle her? He actually asked for the engagement ring 1 week after he proposed.
And that's after she met his family.
Yes. They spent time in England or whatever. And
you know something? He probably just took her to see his family so that the family can see her one-on-one, so that later on they can discuss her.
Facts. And then after that, she said, last you guys just saw in the video, that, you know, she didn't want to end it, which that's where you should have packed your shit and left.
After you took that ring.
Yeah. But she said, you know, I still want to be with him in some capacity. You know, I still wanted to work it out. So she sat there like a bozo for another month until he finally broke up with her. Like, how embarrassing is this?
Yeah.
Like,
because she still wanted to make it work.
Because she had nothing left. Like, you went through all of that stuff to end up with Mr. Bokikio, who I thought was the biggest asshole, next to Chapman. He was a close second.
From the moment he got there, he was an asshole.
Yes, basically trying to call you a hoe throughout the show, and then was so concerned about what you were doing in the bedroom. He was all up in the soup with his legs crossed and all that stuff. Like, I just thought like he was a bum. Like,
and I thought the only time he started to even really push for her was when Mr. Nasir came.
Yeah.
And
it was fake though. It was fake. I felt like it was competition. My girl Azia, I think it's A-Z-I-Z. I see you, girl. Because she actually, I commented to her yesterday or whatever, and she was basically like, they're all clout chasers. And I agree. All clout chasers, they weren't there for nothing. And you know, the thing is, as a woman, you cannot allow yourself to be played by a man. Yeah. You can't. Men will try to play you all the time, but that's why you have boundaries. That's why you have restrictions.
Yes.
That's why you have expectations. Yes. And that's why you have value in yourself.
Yes.
And you don't end up in these situations. You see, like, it just made no sense, Nicole.
I know.
And the reason why I am speaking this way is because as a woman, I hate for us to see ourselves get played.
I know.
But you opened the floodgates. But you know, I don't know if I can blame her. But the thing is, I feel like I can because you had two parents. You had a two-parent household. And it's usually always those
it really does not mean. Well,
it's usually always those families that have the messed up kids, to be really honest. From what I have seen, you know, I have some people that I know, they come from two-parent households, and they don't really end up the best. So I can't really say.
I can't really say whether it's from the parent's household or from a single-parent household. I can't really say, and the reason why is because I tell you, you know, you can have parents who did everything they could, but the bottom line is we all have to live our journey. Like, we all have to make our own mistakes.
Yeah.
The only thing that I always say for my children, I don't want you to make the mistakes that I made.
The same ones.
Because that makes no sense for you to be making my own mistakes. Learn from my mistakes, because you're going to make your own. Okay, you got to make your own, but as the generations go on, you don't want to keep on making the same mistakes that past generations made. When you have the blueprint and you have the experience, they've already lived the awful experience so that you don't have to. Because you're going to already make your own mistakes. Don't have a double whammy. Their mistakes and your mistakes, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing, but really, I don't know. I don't think it really matters because I've seen both. You know, whether you come from a single parent household, whether you come from a household with two parents, there are children who, for some reason, mess up.
They tell you go right. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna go left," and then down the ditch, and then to another ditch.
And you know, her sister and her brother, you know, they seem to be in a happy relationship.
Yeah.
So I just feel like poor Nicole. Is she the youngest? I guess she's the youngest.
I feel like she's the youngest.
So probably she's been a little spoiled.
Yeah.
And yeah, Nicole, I think you should be away from men for a year and just focus on you and kind of.
And that doesn't mean going having sex and hooking up. That means being celibate.
Be alone.
That means getting serious therapy.
Be alone,
going
girl.
on a spiritual journey. Maybe doing some traveling, and maybe getting some new friends. Because Tessa ain't your friend, boo. She is not your friend.
Yeah, Tessa. Oh no.
She
was trying to talk to Mr. Saf. I think if Nicole had not told her. What do y'all think? I think if Nicole had not told him he couldn't talk to her on the side, she may have gone and talked to him on the side. And then with the other guy, Mr. Wildberry, was it? When he had his whole leg in the billow with her skirt.
I was like...
And she was turned on to him. Tessa thought that this was her show.
Anyway, I just felt I detected jealousy
Nicole.
there.
Yeah.
So I just felt like,
Tessa said, I'm trying to find my love too.
Yeah, she really needs to find some healing. Apparently, she actually was a contestant on Matt's seasons of The Bachelor. Oh. And they actually cut her last minute, so we never got to see her. But she was one of the girls that was supposed to be on it. But then they called her to do another show.
Yeah. Well, just as well, because Matt would not have chosen her anyway. He was looking at Rachel.
Yeah, he had his preferences.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
It is what it is, girl.
Even with all her racism. Anyway, but...
Oh!
Yeah. But
anyway,
I knew that this man was not going to choose a woman of color when he sat down with that Chris Humphries. And
Chris Humphries, but it was Chris something.
Chris Haynes, I think it was.
I don't know. It was Chris something, right?
He sat down with him, and he was like, I feel like I'm under tremendous pressure. I was like, yeah, okay.
I mean, and I don't know why he felt like he was on.
Mom, it was very obvious. He was going to be the first black man. There's a certain expectation.
Biracial.
He's biracial. Yes, he is biracial. So, but the thing is, with the Bachelor Nation, they typically get biracials to be on those shows. Mm-hmm. To kind of fill in, the blanks.
That's what we have seen, right? We saw Michelle. We saw
Tasha,
Matt.
But
then we had Rachel. Rachel was the only black. She was the first black female. Actually, she was the only black contestant. The first black lead.
Yeah. Not biracial, but actually black.
Yeah.
That was also the thing. Yeah. And they didn't treat her really well. And they didn't treat Tasha very well either.
No.
But Tasha also did herself a disservice because she left Zach. I don't know what the hell happened there. I'm still baffled to this day. I still got whiplash. But we digress. Nicole, I wish you would have made better decisions. I am praying to God that this has helped you and that this leads you on a better path. Yeah. And when people say courtship, do a courtship. Yeah. There is a lot of value in a courtship.
Yeah.
And it really is designed to set the woman up for success.
Yeah.
There is no success for a woman if she's out here dating and sleeping with people.
Yeah.
Because as women, we are emotional creatures. Mm-hmm. We are the ones who are being opened up during that whole process.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with men, it can be just sex. And as a woman, you can say it's just sex. But when you are continuously opening yourself up to somebody like that, after a while, it doesn't just become just sex.
Yeah.
So when deep down inside that's what you want, which I feel like every woman to a certain degree wants, unless you've had some serious trauma in your life and you're just like, no, I don't want to get married or whatever the case may be. But I feel like as women, we want to be able to have somebody who loves us, who values us, who respects us. And when you want that, you have to be patient. Mm-hmm. You have to really,
and say what you want. Don't compromise. Don't try to say what you think the man wants. Oh, I don't want a man really. I'm not ready for a relationship really. When goodness well, you are ready for a serious relationship.
Say what you want.
You don't want to scare
the
man off. If you scare him off, then he's not for you.
And the thing is, you want to scare off all the weaklings. You actually do. So when you actually get your Prince Charming, because it's better to scare off the weaklings versus going with a weak link. You're with this loser for 20 plus years, then you're damaged because you've gone through all of this emotional wahala, and then it takes you another 5 years to heal, and then it takes you another 5 years to find your right person. If you have
Time
another
wasted.
healing, then it's like you wasted your time. So it's best to just really wait. I know it sucks. I'm going through that process right now, but you have to
go through that process right now.
But it's worth it because at the end of the day, I know the first man that I get with who is my person, it's going to be forever. And I'm not going to have to deal with a divorce. I'm not going to have to deal with somebody treating me wrong and have to, you know, deal with broken home or whatever the case may be.
Yes, girl.
So, girl, just cross them legs, you know, do some prayer, do some meditation, go travel, do you. But don't be here trying to acquiesce to a man. Don't be no rehabilitation center for no grown-ass man. At the end of the day, a man should be taking care of you, not the other way around. We are nurturers, but I'm not going to come and help you tayakata as a grown man.
Nurturers for children.
Facts. So, no. For all the ladies out there, for all the ladies out there, learn from Nicole and do better. That's what we got
Nicole,
to say.
learn from Nicole.
No, learn from yourself, boo. But I just thought,
but
you
we
know.
wish you well. I really wanted it to work for you because you just.
I mean, we had hope, but I
nice
didn't.
Person, but just.
She is a nice person, but Mr. Bokikio was an asshole. Somebody said they gave them 6 months. I looked at that. I was like, girl, I give it like 3 months.
And how did we all see it? Because it was only there were definitely
so many signs.
People who were for.
There was a lot of people riding from Mr. Bokikio. I was like, girl,
but it wasn't a whole bunch.
I think there was a solid 6 people in the comments.
Yeah, but a lot of people saw that this was not going to work. Yes. A lot of people saw this, and Nicole, how did you not see it? How does that? Why does that happen so much? Tell us. Why is it that people from the outside can see what you cannot see?
Well, because you're not able to observe everything.
I want someone to answer that question.
Well, you know why it is?
To help us.
I really think it's because you're being affectionate. Like in courtship, in the way we do it, we do not hold hands, we do not kiss, we do not hug, we don't do none of that. This is a talking only thing. And when you do
Nicole,
that, the thing is you're kissing all these men, you're getting all
they were
hot
in your
and bothered.
And you got all confused, girl.
It's so easy to confuse love with lust. And that's why in courtship, you don't do none of that shit.
I know,
and if you want a husband, don't kiss, don't hug, don't do nothing. Don't even go to his house. You meet me on the corner at the brunch, the bed and breakfast, or whatever it is. But
I wish someone had been there to kind of guide her and say, no,
she needed a chaperone.
This is that's what.
And they would have had a chaperone.
But
y'all wanted all the debauchery in that show. That's why y'all didn't give her a chaperone.
That's what she really needed. She needed a chaperone.
And she needed a life coach. Like, I was very shocked. Both of her siblings are married.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know how well those relationships are really doing for real. So I can't be saying
they seem happy. So
everybody seemed happy until they break up.
Yeah, but they seem fine. They seem,
We'll see.
Oh well.
But yes, y'all, that was the courtship update. Let us know. Sound off in the comment section. Where do you think Nicole went wrong? Were you rooting for Danny Bokikio, or do you think he was full of shit like I did?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comment section below, y'all.
And why is it that people from the outside can see what is right up under our noses?
Yes.
Why is that?
And then also comment down below, y'all, because I know the courtship is over.
Yes.
But we want you guys to please comment down below what new shows y'all want us to review or whatever.
Someone told us to review and tell us what you think. The Real Housewife of Lagos. I don't know if you guys have heard about that show. I don't know if that's something that you will like us to review, but let us know, and let us know where they're showing it.
Yeah, but we have a bunch of reviews.
That, so we'll see.
Yeah. But we are reviewing a bunch of other shows today.
Yes.
So it's Mary
and Amma.
And we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. Mwah.